What's good, everybody? What's good? It's your boy, Cardinal Bud Crawford. And we're back for another one. Alright, y'all. It's hot. Man, it's been hot all day long. But we back for another quick one, man. Ain't gonna drop this real fast. New topic. Cowardly Lion. Terence Crawford responds to Errol Spence contract with rambling nonsense. Alright, y'all, what do I mean, man? So Terence Crawford came out. He finally responded to the rumors. I won't even call it a response because he really didn't say anything. But if you can call it a response to the rumors of the Errol Spence Jr. undisputed super fight that's supposed to be going down in 2022's. And this is what Terence Crawford had to say. It's always best to let people think they know what they talking about, but in reality, they just be making ish up. And y'all be believing them. Smiley face. Alright, so, what I noticed from that comment was nowhere in there, and this is what people have been telling me for at least 2.5 weeks now, nowhere in that statement did he mention there wasn't a contract. Nowhere in that statement did he say anything really pertaining to Errol Spence or the Errol Spence super fight. Nowhere in that comment did he even acknowledge the situation. He could have been talking about anything. He could have been saying, hey, people know what they think I ate for breakfast this morning. This is what I don't like about Terence Crawford. He's not specific with what he says nor what he does. In one breath, he'll say, well, if they send me a contract, I'll sign it. In the next breath, he'll say, he'll do something like this. Well, people think they know what they think that. Okay, is it true or isn't it true? He could have just put a simple, hey, they never sent me a contract. What are y'all talking about? That would have deaded everything. But he puts out this ominous message to boxing fans, trying to be mysterious. And it's, you making yourself look even worse than you did before by not saying nothing. It's like, that's got to be the most ridiculous statement ever. Did he send you a contract? Yes or no? Now, I know people are going to run with that like, oh, well, I told y'all there is no contract. Well, he never said anything to that nature. He didn't say anything pertaining to Errol Spence Jr. at all. So I can't give Terence Crawford any leeway at this point. It's cowardly, man. It's cowardly lion type of stuff. He's the lion from the Wizard of Oz. Like he's tough in his mind, but when you place him into a tough situation, you see the yellow running down his back, and he does chicken type of things to get out of tough situations. And I wish it didn't have to be like that. I wish Terence Crawford was a man of his word, and he would just stick to what the truth is. If the truth is they haven't sent you a contract, then just be like, hey, they didn't send me a contract. Errol Spence is lying. Why y'all believing a lie? It's just a blatant lie. If they did send you a contract and it's the purse that is the reason that you don't want to sign off, just say that. I mean, I don't understand why he has to be so mysterious with this. Why he has to be so maybe-ish about the statement that he put out. Maybe I'm talking about this. Maybe I'm referring to a contract. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm talking about the Taco Bell I ate at this morning. Maybe I'm not. But that's why I can't pull for this guy. It's because even if he wanted to be a fan of Terence Crawford, he don't got enough confidence in himself to just keep it real. Why would I have confidence in this guy? He don't even have enough confidence in himself to keep it real with the situation. At least Spence is keeping it real. He's like, man, I sent you a contract 100%. You know, that's what the truth is to Errol Spence. Now, if that's not the truth to Terence Crawford, then he needs to be 100 with it and just keep it real and tell people what the real deal is. I don't have a contract. I don't, you know, the money isn't matching up. The venues I don't like. You know, there's something in there that's not jigging with me. But instead we get this off the wall comment that was kind of just like rambly, you know, it's kind of almost like a nonsensical statement to make. Like, it's so wishy-washy. And I think he did that on purpose, because if Errol Spence actually shows the contract, now here we go. If Errol Spence actually shows the contract he sent to Terence Crawford, well, Terence Crawford can just be like, well, I wasn't talking about that. That's not what my statement was. I never mentioned the contract in the statement at all. I never even mentioned Errol Spence's name. And this is what I mean by cowardly lying. He made a cowardly lying statement so he can get himself out of it in case Errol Spence rebuttals his statement. So this is the reason why he did not mention the contract or even Errol Spence in that statement. But people are going to take it as he's talking about Errol Spence Jr. and the contract. And all Errol Spence, and you know what, Errol Spence really can't even respond to that statement because he could have been talking about anything. So it's no need for him to even respond to the statement with a, well, here's the contract. I can't be lying if I have proof of the contract and you haven't signed it. So, you know, there's really no comeback for Errol Spence on that statement. He can put out another version of, I already sent you the contract if he wanted to, but that would be worthless at this point. Unless Terence Crawford speaks specifically to the contract or to the Errol Spence Jr. fight, it really does not pertain to either one of those things. It's just a nonsensical statement he had to put out because he was looking very, very bad in the eyes of the public. And some of his fans were starting to even doubt what he was saying is real, because if there is a contract out there, I mean, who else could be ducking but you? There's only two people involved in this situation. There's Terence Crawford and Errol Spence. Errol Spence is begging you to get in the ring, basically. He's begging you. Like you said a year ago, I've been begging this man to get. Well, now Errol Spence is basically begging you to get in the ring, and we know your problem is the money. But be real about the situation. Don't put out a statement that people got to try to decipher through the nonsense to even get anything out of. And when you even break the statement down, you still don't get nothing out of it. There's no substance to that statement. There's no absolute to that statement. There's just a bunch of wishy-washy comments, once again, just in case Errol Spence rebuttals with the actual contract. Now, where does this leave us at this point? And I know a lot of people are talking about Terence Crawford having his hands casted at the Hall of Fame. Like, who cares? Like, I'm tired of people taking other achievements he's gaining in boxing and trying to say that proves he's better than Errol Spence. The only way he's going to prove he's better than Errol Spence is getting in the ring with Errol Spence. Nothing you can say at this point is going to prove you're better than him. No amount of celebrity ex-boxers or celebrities who come out that are for you, because for every 10 celebrities that's for Crawford, there's 15 or 20 for Spence. It doesn't really matter. For every accomplishment that Terence Crawford has, Errol Spence is going to have those same accomplishments. You think they're not going to cast his hands in the Boxing Hall of Fame? This man just unified 3 titles at welterweight. You think he's not going in the Boxing Hall of Fame? it's almost laughable. But I enjoy the conversation. I'm not hating on the conversation, but understand why I be laughing so much. And I take this whole situation, this comedy, and you know, I'm hammering home the issues that I'm having with Terence Crawford. You know, I don't hate the guy, but Terence Crawford is definitely acting like a cowardly lion, and he's showing some yellow down his back, which a boxer should never do. When in doubt, say nothing. When in doubt, say nothing. You know, yeah, it was making him look bad by not saying anything, but that statement made you look even worse. It really does make you look even worse than you did before, because you said nothing basically at all. Anyway, so it doesn't even make sense why you made the statement at this point. So I think that's it for now. It's enough rambling along. Let me know what y'all think. Is Terence Crawford a cowardly lion? Do you accept his response to the Errol Spence Jr. contract? And was he in all actuality just rambling? Hit that like button for me. Subscribe. Tell a friend. Share, all that good stuff. Hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube's. And YouTube's is the one you're more than likely to get a response on, because, man, I thought the hate on YouTube was real. The hate on Facebook, not so much Instagram. That's hate on Instagram too. But the Facebook hate is real. It's your boy, Cardinal Red, and we are not in.
Honestly, it's more to me than I show.